7. Today is our second quarter, week 1 in MAPEH Arts 7. My name is Rinaldo B. Malimban. In today's lesson, we talk about the Philippine Festival in visual arts, in the drama, and the festival. In the visual arts, the Filipinos always find time to enjoy despite hardships and life. Vistas are elaborate celebrations which is the Filipino as part of the Catholic religious in activities. The celebration is usually in honor of the patron saints of the town. The festivals usually takes a day or two, but preparation takes weeks and sometimes months. To ensure the success of celebration, the townspeople are involved, including some of the known people who are acting Hermanong Mayor. This celebration is elaborate preparations which begins with the making of decorative art and flaglets. The province of Rizal is known as its gigantes when they parade during the celebration, and other provinces parade statue in their saints and grand float or karusa. And this is the example. The province of Rizal is known for its gigantes which they parade during the celebration. The different kinds of artwork and entertainment is prepared for the guest and visitor. The whole town gets a total makeover to impress the guests and for the town people to show or exhibit their products, artworks, and lavishly prepared food. And these are contained of the product, artworks, and lavishly prepared for the food. Next is the Philippine Folk Festival. There are many different kinds of festivals celebrated across the country. Each festival is reason for the celebration, and these are the follow: Biniray, Pinya Pransya, Dinagyang, Ati-atihan, Panayana, Buling-buling, Guling-guling, Sandogo, Maskara, Santa Cruz, Salakayan, Sinolog, Mariones, Pahiyas, Kadayawan, at Pandenga. The Philippine Folk Festivals in Biniray is celebrated in Romblon every January 9 in honor of Santo Niño. This celebration commemorates the arrival of Santo Niño to the shore of the Romblon, and many Santo Niño statues, big or small, dressed in different colors, are paraded during the celebrations. Next is the Philippine Folk Festivals in Pinya Pransya. The Pinya Pransya Festival. The Pinya Pransya Festival is a religious and cultural affair. The Virgin is carried back to the Pinya Pransya in richly decorated pagoda, followed by the fluvial parade in cast. The Virgin is also carried back to the Pinya Pransya is richly decorated pagoda, followed by Puja parade. It starts with the processions of barefooted men carrying the Virgin Mary from Pinya Pransya Shrine in Camarines Sur to the Metropolitan Cathedral. Next is the Philippine Folk Festivals in Dinagyang Festival from the best of Iloilo. Dinagyang is a festival celebrated in Iloilo every fourth weekend of January. This celebration begins with the Mass in San Jose Church in Iloilo City in honor of Santo Niño. And then the street dancing in Mardi Gras style and participated with the different tribes who wear unique costume and made of native materials like bamboo, like the seashells and the coconut leaves. The bodies of participants are painted in a black representing the eye test. The theatrical presentation depicts the barter of Panay or the acceptance of the Catholicism by the Filipinos are represented by statue of Santo Niño. Next is the Philippine Fox Festival in Ati-Atihan. Ati-Atihan is a famous celebration which is usually participated by many visitors and guests, including the celebrities and foreigners. It is celebrated on the third week of January in Calibo, Aklan, the island of Panay. This celebration is in honor of the Santo Niño. Dancers as tribal costume have painted bodies like the Eta. They dance, shake their bodies, and shout with Viva Santo Niño. Okay, so that's the example of the Philippine folk songs in Pex Festival in Ati Festival. Next is the Philippine Folk Festival in Panayama. Panayana is a cultural representation based on the historical event like the Battle of the Panay. The highlight of the presentation is Arkinding-Kinding, showing a uniqueness and choreography. And then, these are the original composition of the Hiligaynon dialect. The highlight of the presentation of this activity like to emphasize the new art called the photographic singing of Visayan folk songs. That is the example of the Panayana. Next is the Philippine Folk Festival in Buling-Buling. Buling-Buling, which means well polished, is celebrated on the third Sunday of January in Pandacan, Manila. This is the song street dancing ritual participated by the hundreds of men and women and children dressed in the colorful Spanish era costume. At the night time, torch and fireworks light up the way of the street dancers. Next, the Philippine Fox Festival in Guling-Guling Festival. Guling-Guling Festival is celebrated in Pauay, Ilocos Norte, the day prior to Ash Wednesday with a grand party of the street. And also, the male of Pañijinos are dressed in a native camisa de chino and a belt treasure, and the ladies in their a belt kimona and pandeling. Next is the Philippine Fox Festival in Sandogo. Sandogo, this festival commemorates the beginning of the Spanish colonizations of the Philippines. It is held every July in Bohol. The celebration begins with the street dancing of colorfully dressed dancers, followed by the other activities and presentation like martial arts and a beauty pageant. Next is the Philippine Fox Festival in the other country, in Mascara Festival. Mascara Festival is celebrated in Bacolod every third weekend of October or the closest weekend on October to commemorate the founding anniversary of the city. The event is celebrated with the Mardi Gras style of colorful dancer wearing the gaudily decorated mask, dancing on the street to the Latin American's beat. Next is the Philippine Fox Festival in Santa Cruz. This is celebrations of the discovery of the Holy Cross by Helena. The parade of the beautiful ladies like fashion show or girl wearing beautiful designer gowns. The parade of beautiful ladies like fashion show and the celebration discovery of the Holy Cross by Saint Helena. This is celebration also from the province of celebrating the Santa Cruzan in every May. Next, from the Philippine Fox Festival in on the place of Salakayan Festival in Yagyaw, Iloilo. Salakayan, which means to attack, and a festival that depicts the struggle between the Asian people of Yagyaw and their enemy, the bandits. The highlight of celebration are Salakayan contest, which is street drama and dancing depending on victorious battle of the local defenders against the Moro bandits who attack the people of Yagyaw. Next, the Philippine Folk Festival in the country of Cebu, Sinulog. Sinulog Festival is a traditional celebration in Cebu City, held every third Sunday of January to honor the Santo Niño Child Jesus. Basically, the festival is done by the dance ritual in which it tells the story of Filipino people's pagan past and their acceptance of the Christianity. Next is the Philippine Folk Song Festival in Moriones Festival. Moriones is a famous celebration every Lenten season in the Marindoque. Moriones means mask, which is worn by participants of festival. It is a reenactment of the way of the cross and how the Roman centurions crucified Christ. The Roman captain Longinus were miraculously healed by the blood of Christ that dropped into the left eye. The miracle lead of Longinus is believed in the Christ, but the Roman authorities beheaded him. Next is the Philippine Folk Festival in Pahiyas. Pahiyas is a festival celebrated in Lokban, Quezon in honor of San Isidro Labrador. Pahiyas is a kind of decoration that living in individual houses to signify good harvest. And this is also make different kinds of pahiyas, keeping or decorative leaves using lumpia wrapper. Next is the Philippine Fox Festival in Davao City, Cadayawan Festival. Cadayawan Festival, Davao is the one beautiful cities in Mindanao because of the different varieties of orchids that grow in the area. Cadayawan Festival is celebrated annually with a parade of different floats and decorated with orchids. And then the Cadayawan Festival are also street dancing of different ethnic tribes in their colorful tribal costumes. And lastly, on the Philippine Fox Festival in Panagbenga Festival. Panagbenga or Baguio Flower Festival is the flower festival of the Philippines, which is celebrated the whole month of February in Baguio City. It is highlighted by the parade of floats, artistically decorated with the flowers, and the participants from different tribes of Baguio are all dressed in their colorful costumes. That's all for today's lesson in MAPEH 7 Art. Please watch my e-class learning platform for the next week. Thank you. Again, my name is Reynaldo B. Malimban, your MAPEH